Right now, listen to this. Things are looking nasty for Drake, so smash that like button before we even go any further, because it's starting to feel like his 2026 streak of pure misfortune has officially kicked off with ASAP Rocky unloading shots at him on Stole Your Flow, and then continuing that energy all across his brand new album. What becomes painfully obvious after hearing how Rocky aimed at Drake, the specific things he said, the weight behind those bars, and even the public embarrassment coming from Rihanna herself, is that in this post-not-like-us rap climate, Rocky just delivered the most ruthless and effective set of disses Drake has faced since Kendrick Lamar dismantled him back in 2024. And the wild part is, this all unfolded within just a single day of Rocky's album dropping, his songs exploding numbers-wise, and those disses spreading everywhere online, forcing Drake to give some kind of reaction to the lyrical body bag Rocky handed him. When you actually step back and look at Drake's behavior, the way he's dodging these shots, and the personal history involved with Rocky and Rihanna versus Drake, which carries serious emotional weight, you can tell Drake is genuinely crushed by these disses, no matter how much he tries to act unbothered. So before we break down exactly what Drake did and why Rocky is clearly enjoying watching his opponent look this bad, make sure you like and subscribe, because the Drake stans are already spiraling, crashing out, and doing everything they can to ruin Rocky's moment while coping with humiliation that's bleeding straight into 2026. And I'm just being real with you. We're going to need all the support we can get. Because after ASAP Rocky dropped what might be the most direct Drake diss we've seen since Kendrick with Stole Your Flow, he didn't just take shots, he leveled up entirely as a competitor. Rocky gave us one of his hardest tracks in years, a certified banger, and the raw aggression on that beat is going to go down as one of the most memorable hip-hop moments of the year, period. From that instantly iconic hook, which is honestly humiliating when you really process it, to directly calling Drake out, reviving the long-running joke about Drake being overly sensitive and emotional as a clear callback to In My Feelings, then exposing him as a bad friend, and finally ending the song by boldly flexing Rihanna, Rocky turned this track into a nightmare. Altogether, the song starts as a club-ready anthem and slowly transforms into a psychological horror film for Drake, designed to remind him that he fumbled Rihanna and sabotaged a friendship with someone who would have always had his back. Looking at the situation now, Drake is sitting isolated while Rocky and Rihanna are thriving, and he'll never ever get another chance at what Rocky has, especially when it comes to Rihanna, for the rest of his time. And when you really think about it, random fans who never even knew Rihanna were salty that Rocky being with her meant their imaginary chances were gone. So imagine how Drake must feel knowing that door is permanently shut for him. This whole situation is a brutal reminder that no matter how much Drake tries to hide his true emotions, this hits deep, especially with Rihanna jumping into the moment herself by commenting on the song online, because even Drake fans can't deny that her participation makes everything hurt 10 times worse. For Drake, losing Rihanna is a generational fumble, the kind you replay in your head forever, and there's no chance he's ever fully forgiven himself for that. What somehow makes Drake's early response even more embarrassing is that Rocky keeps pressing him later on the album, especially on No Trespassing, where he raps about moving to Texas and shutting things down if anyone crosses him. When you connect that line to the fact that Drake actually moved to Texas and became a resident, it's clear Rocky is effortlessly sunning him through confidence and quality music, flexing that he can outshine Drake anywhere, even on Drake's own turf. All of this, fueled by the Rihanna angle, ends with Rocky basically saying he'd get more love in the very city Drake is desperately trying to claim if it ever came to it. And once you understand that these are just the lines and moments that went viral, the ones everyone's been dissecting non-stop, you already know Drake saw all of it, whether he wanted to or not. Now here's where things get sad, because on the very night his biggest rival outside of Kendrick Lamar dropped a long-awaited album featuring the most brutal Drake diss since 2024, Drake's response was genuinely pathetic. Instead of standing on business, Drake went online and started yapping on social media for everyone to see, looking like a man desperately fishing for validation to prove he wasn't scared. But here's the twist, because Drake didn't do what he usually does during a major hip-hop moment, which is hop on social media, loud, arrogant, and reckless, throwing shots, as he did with Kendrick, pretending a track like Meet the Grams was light work, and we all know how that aged. He really should have been locked in the booth instead of running his fingers on a screen. But no, it's not like Drake suddenly went ghost to cook up music or actual disses. He stayed on social media, just in a completely different way, because instead of responding, Drake started living in the past, and honestly, it was uncomfortable to watch in real time, over nearly a full 20-hour stretch. Right after Rocky dropped the album, and both of their names started trending together because of the disses, Drake posted a video of a long-forgotten OVO artist whose career he absolutely derailed, Majid Jordan, singing their 2013 song Hold On, We're Going Home on his story. And let's not forget, A$AP Rocky literally co-starred in the music video for that record, which makes this moment impossible to ignore, because Drake randomly posting that song feels intentional, no matter how you slice it. Either Drake was trying to send some subliminal message directly to Rocky, maybe even Rihanna, tied to that era, that song, or that video that only they would fully understand. Or maybe Drake's spiraling rapper brain was so desperate to relive a time when he wasn't the punchline of the internet that he dug himself even deeper and somehow made the situation worse. And yes, it actually got worse, because Drake followed that up by posting another video highlighting what he used to sound like back in the early 2010s. When you zoom out and compare the two sides right now, you've got Rocky celebrating a huge album release, landing vicious disses, and soaking up the moment, while Drake is reposting nostalgia clips about who he used to be decades ago. You know what this really looks like? I can't pull up the exact meme, but it's that classic internet joke where someone gets exposed or called out, and instead of addressing it, they start tweeting random nonsense like the sky is blue. And that's exactly how Drake looks right now, sharing irrelevant clips while just getting publicly humiliated in a diss track for fumbling Rihanna, something Rocky didn't hold back on at all. If you compare this version of Drake to the Drake we saw in 2024, which is crazy to even say out loud because that was only 2 years ago, the drop-off is astounding.